Welcome back to the Moving to St. Johns County, Florida YouTube channel. I am Melissa Anderson, and in today's video, we are looking at March 2026 housing market stats, looking at St. Johns County single family home sales. That was a mouthful. So, if you're interested in seeing what those stats were, stay tuned and we'll get into it. If you're new here, I am Melissa Anderson. I am your realtor here in Northeast Florida. And like I said, we're going to be looking at the single family home sales, the stats for St. Johns County, looking back at the month of March. Now, it has been a trying time. Interest rates up and down all over the place, just really not holding steady. I understand everybody's frustration. So let's get into it and see what it looks like. As always, I always put the stats on the screen so you can look at them too and follow along. Now, if you have any questions about specific neighborhoods or zip codes, say you're focusing on a certain area that you're looking to move to, just leave me a comment or my contact information is in this video and you can reach out and we can go over that. I'll pull that information for you. All right, so let's take a look. I just got my paper here, so you can follow along with me too. But so home prices, looking back at March for single family homes in St. Johns County, they're still climbing. The median sales price is about 550,000, and that was up 1.2% compared to February, and it's still trending upward over the year. And so sellers are holding their value. That's great. Great news for sellers. Homes are still selling, but buyers have a little bit more breathing room. So we had 458 closed sales in March, which was up 14.5% from February, which is a solid jump. And then, but here's what's interesting, the days on market came in at 47 days. That's actually down 21.2% from February, meaning that homes that are priced right are moving faster again as we head into spring. Now, time on market, I mean, that just really depends on your home, pricing, location. There's so many nuances to that. So I'm seeing, I actually still been seeing some multiple offer situation, quick home sales. Again, it's pricing too, but then again, home sitting for quite some time. But we're in April, we're springtime. So we are seeing a little bit of a jump with buyers getting back into the market. Now, sellers are still getting close to asking price. We had 97.7% of the list price was received on average, and 8.1% of homes sold over the list price. So, if you're a buyer, yes, competition still exists, especially on well priced homes. Let me give you an example of something that just recently happened. It's smart. It's smart. But not all sellers will agree to it because it's a little bit scary to think about you underpricing your home. But if you're wanting to sell quick and get all the eyes on it right away, it's a solid strategy. So showing some condos, different locations, and these just happen to be over in World Golf Village area. Great location. It's gated, multiple amenities. It's nice and quiet. Such a good location, central location. And there hasn't been, this was a 2-bed, 2-bath, great space, great layout. It also had a nice balcony. It backed up to the wooded area. Really nice. It did need some cosmetic updates, but nothing major. And they priced it at 180. It was like that. I mean, immediately I knew, okay, 180 is well undervalued. The cheapest any condo, like a comp that was a 2-2 that sold there was in the past year was 192.5. So anyway, so my buyers loved it. We went and looked at it twice. They were going to submit an offer, and the agent, of course, reached out and was like, "Hey, we just got an offer last night. If your buyers also want to submit an offer, make sure it's high or whatever." My buyers decided to pause. They didn't need anything right away. They will want something. At least they've narrowed down the location that they want. Do I think that anything that cheap is going to come around again? Probably not. But that is a solid pricing strategy. And I say solid pricing strategy to get multiple eyes. Who knows? Maybe they got more than one offer. They didn't say. But then I guess that could go both ways because if you've priced that low, if you only get one offer and the offer comes in at list, you've sold undervalued, but at least you're getting it sold. So it's a risk that you take. Inventory is building. So active inventory for March, it was up 1,782 homes. That was up 12.4%. And then new listings came in at 690, and that was also up 12.7%. This means more choices for buyers, but we're still only sitting at 3.9 months supply, which is technically still a seller's market because we've said it time and again each month that a balanced market is around 5 to 6 months. So sellers still kind of have that edge. New pendings in March, we were at 347, and that's down compared to recent months, which is worth watching. And we'll see if that picks up now that spring is in full force. So the bottom line overall, looking at March housing market stats, says St. Johns County is a healthy, active market and prices are stable, they're appreciating, inventory is growing, and serious buyers have more options than they did 6 months ago for sure. But this is not necessarily a buyer's market. If you're thinking about buying and selling in St. Johns County, it's now is a great time to have that conversation and look at the value of your home. Do you have enough equity in it to sell it? So just give another example too. Had somebody also reach out about potentially selling their home. They just bought it 2 years ago, and I say this also every month, really, you need to be in your home if you want to make anything break even at least 5 years. 5 years minimum. 3 years, maybe you're safe, but 2 years, I mean, it is a risk. So anyway, they had only been in their home 2 years, not even a year after buying it, they refinanced. So the home I looked at the numbers and basically their home, based on comps and everything and appraisal, would not sell for what they still owed on their mortgage after they decided to refinance. I suppose I told them their best bet, if they were gonna lose money at that point, they would have to bring money to the closing table, but, maybe they could rent it for a couple years and get that equity back in the house to make it make sense. So, I offered to refer them to a property management company to get that home rented. Also, just to note, we have some of our major communities here like Nocatee, Silverleaf. We have a new one coming up called Iron Branch. Iron Branch is a Toll Brothers community. All the lots in Iron Branch are an acre and a half. So we've over time, over this past year, we've talked about how people are really looking for a little bit more space. And all of these lots are an acre and a half, which is phenomenal. Also, Nocatee they're closing out sales. They're almost completely finished, if you can believe it. It's been years and years. So they are about to close out on their inventory. This is still going strong. We have Bannon Lakes, which is here in World Golf Village. Phenomenal pricing in there right now. Really great pricing on new construction. Great central location. But yeah, if you have any questions about moving to Northeast Florida, I also have a free relocation guide. You can find that. I'll drop the link in the comments below. But if you have any questions at all, you're thinking about moving here, say in the next 6 months or so, and you want to get that conversation started, please feel free to text me, to email me, and I would be happy to help you get that journey started. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.